Welcome back to the Andrew Tate Show by GSMC Sports. In the previous segment, we were talking about Will Smith's ban from the Oscars and the consequences of that, and then we kind of went down a rabbit hole of other people who have been banned.
Richard Gere been banned for 20 years.
And but moving on, kind of back to sports, although it's
Sports adjacent.
Sports adjacent, because it is about a sporting event, and that is the Paris Olympics, which of course are
down the street.
The Paris 2024 Olympics, initially heralded for their commitment to sustainability, have encountered significant challenges regarding environmental practices and athlete welfare. Promoted as the greenest games in Olympic history, Paris organizers aim to showcase environmental leadership by reducing carbon emissions, utilizing sustainable materials in construction, and promoting plant-based catering. Central to this vision was the Olympic Village, originally designed without air conditioning, relying instead on a geothermal cooling system using groundwater to maintain cooler temperatures indoors. However, as summer approaches and forecasts predict higher than average temperatures across France, concerns about athlete safety and performance have emerged. Athletes, teams, and delegations voiced apprehension about the potential health risks of competing in extreme heat, including heat stroke and dehydration. Responding to these concerns, Paris 2024 organizers decided to allow national teams to install portable air conditioning units at their own expense. This decision comes despite the initial commitment to eschew traditional air conditioning, which is known for its high energy consumption and environmental impact. The compromise underscores the delicate balance between sustainability goals and the immediate needs of athletes. While the introduction of air conditioning units aims to ensure athlete comfort and safety during the competition, it represents a setback in achieving the ambitious carbon reduction target set forth by the Paris Agreements, to which France is a signatory. In addition to the air conditioning controversy, other environmental challenges have surfaced. Plans to host swimming events in the Seine River were thwarted due to high levels of fecal bacteria, which was not a story we talked about. Raising questions about.
I was going to say, I didn't mean to cut you off on that one. Okay. They were going to do swimming events in the river. Someone created an app where you could figure out was it the prime minister or someone was going to be
prime minister and I think mayor of Paris.
They were going to swim in the river. They created an app with an algorithm that could tell people when they could use the restroom so that they could maximize the amount of...
You're being too kind. It was called poop in the Seine.
Yeah. So that when they swim across it, they would get extra excrement.
It would flow downstream on the appropriate day of their...
On the exact time. So they were actually timing it so that people could...
during our break, and we were going to talk about that.
Yeah. So it's been... And here's the thing. France has this really strong push for a greener economy, a greener world. Europe has a very big push for a greener economy and greener world. And so they're trying to make this the greenest Olympics of all times. My thing, and I know I cut you off and didn't let you really finish.
It was wrapping up. I mean,
right. So here's the thing, though. With them, they're experiencing this outrageous heat. And so they're compromising, and they're saying you can bring your own individual air conditioned unit at your own expense. But if you're talking about a greener footprint, those individual air conditioned units are way worse for the environment than if they would have just put in a centralized air conditioned unit for each building. I think it doesn't seem like it's going to turn out quite the way everyone had hoped it to be. Do you see where I'm coming from with that one? And what are your thoughts on this, Sarah?
I appreciate the effort to make it the greenest Olympics ever. I think that is a really good goal, and especially on such a worldwide stage and such an event that gains so much attention. But in terms of athlete safety, there definitely needs to be some compromise and some figuring things out. Where's the balance between demonstrating your commitment to environmental issues and athlete safety, because it is, again, a very global event, and you do not need athletes getting sick, getting injured, and dying of heat stroke. What if you want to go to the extreme? That's not going to be a good image either.
Well, and I think what they could do, I mean, that's an easy fix. Number one, if they're having record-breaking heat, you may have to kind of reschedule events later on in the day. Later on, instead of running, the marathon in the middle of the day, maybe you're running it late afternoon or early in the morning. You can still time things so that safety can be, taken care of. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and hopefully they do that in the first place, because this is the Summer Olympics. They take place in July and August. No matter where you are, no matter where you are, there's going to be heat concerns, unless you're somewhere that's really, really cold.
But here's the thing. I know everyone's talking about heat concerns, and for all our American listeners, I know America, lived there my whole life. The heat you guys are having right now, it's way worse than what we're having here in Europe. I mean, way worse. I just saw, was it Nevada set a record
Las
again?
Vegas hit 120, the highest.
California, where we're from, just smoldering.
And then
we're not getting that kind of weather here in Europe. The difference is
we don't have ice.
Right, yeah. The difference is there's a lot of people in the UK and Norway and Sweden, Finland, Germany. They're not used to really high temperatures. So a 90-degree day in Europe is like 110, 120 in California. They're just not used to it. That's all it comes down to. People, we come out, we do our walk, we do a lot of things. Sarah and I, production, instead of doing a production meeting and all, we just do a long walk. And people, they're not used to being out in the heat like we are. So it's more about being adjusted to it. I think, most Americans will be able to adopt. A lot of people in a lot of warmer climates, they won't look at it as that bad. But some of the northern European countries, it's roasting to them. They're not used to that. And then, like Sarah said, we don't have ice. We have ice. Hardest adjustment of all, as an American moving to Europe, is you're used to getting that big, you sit down in a restaurant, they give you a big old glass with ice water and everything, crushed ice, all that stuff. You don't get that here. When I order a drink, I'm always like, I would like, let's say I do Coke Zero. I want a Coke Zero. I want extra ice. And then I want a cup of ice. That'll give me about 4 cubes.
I actually proposed to a waiter last summer when he brought an extra glass of ice that actually had like 10 ice cubes.
Yeah, they don't believe in bringing the ice to the table. That is such an American thing, is ice in there. They find it weird. But then I also find it weird when, it's the middle of the summer and they're ordering hot tea and coffee. It makes no sense to me. So on that one.
All right. Well, it'll be interesting to see how things go, and which I know a number of teams have opted into paying for their own AC. So it'll be interesting to see if more countries decide as well. And I love the Olympics anyway, so we'll be talking more about the Olympics.
It is so close.
Yes. So thank you for tuning in to the Andrew Tate Show by GSMC Sports. Your support means a lot to us always. So make sure you like, follow, subscribe. That really does help the algorithm. Also, leave a positive review. That helps more than you can possibly know, and we appreciate it very much. You can follow the podcast on social media, Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok. Come find us on social media, and we love hearing from you. We hope you're having a great day. Thank you so much for joining us.
Peace.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to